Welcome to round 3 from Brighouse, and this is the return of the swindler Peter Hepworth. As you might remember my game against him from Doncaster, where I was completely winning, absolutely crushing him, and I somehow got mated. Well, this time I had white against him and was hoping for some revenge, but he is very fast and he was playing blitz between all the rounds and was very fast, so not a game I was looking forward to. I played e4, he played c5, the Sicilian. I played the c3 rubbish again. Now he played d5, so of course I need to transpose into the 2d5 line again with e takes d5, queen takes d5 and d4. Then we get bishop g4 and then d takes c5. We transpose to the line in the Brandon video. I played e5, which is a very substandard move because I just thought I was going to transpose to an advanced French after e6, but the problem is he can play bishop f5, which he did, and now black's already level because it's going to be an advanced French with the bishop outside the pawn chain after he plays e6, which is not good. And I just thought he had to play e6 and lock his bishop in, then we've got an advanced French, which I probably know better than him, but no, we've got this bad line instead, which usually comes about via the move order e4, d5, e5. You can also say it's a Caro-Kann tempo up because black's played c6 and c5 usually, but he's played c5 in one move. I played d4 and e6, so now I've got a bad French advance position. Not the best start, bishop e2. But now the fact he doesn't really understand the French advance actually starts to take shape because he played c takes d4, c takes d4 and bishop b4 check, which is not good, exposing this bishop early because it's the good bishop. Sc3. After a3 he took on c3, which also isn't great given this bishop and strengthening my centre, but it does create a couple of weak pawns on queen side. 6, bishop d3, get rid of that bishop. Now I played f6, which is a good move to undermine the centre, but maybe a bit loosening. I think I should have played e takes f6. After rook takes f6 to the bishop. I've got this nice e5 outpost now, rook e1 and white's better. I played bishop takes f5, knight takes f5 and g4. A typical French advance move to kick the knight away. So knight fe7. If he plays knight takes 6, then I can either play bishop takes e6 or I can just simply play h3 with a good position. Knight fe7. Now I took an f6 to create an outpost on e5 and a weakness on e6. But allowing black maybe f-file pressure. Queen d3, getting the queen out. Queen c7. Bishop g5, getting a 10-point rook, which moved back to f7. I think moving to g6 was better, because now it's on the same line as my king after something like h3. Rook f8, black's got a good position. Rook f7, bit passive, bishop h4. Now my plan was it's sort of like the move you get in the Tarash main line with bishop g5, bishop h4, bishop g3, because now I'll get a tempo on the queen and get more pieces on the e5, so it's quite a good manoeuvre by me this. Knight g6, bishop g3, queen e7. So now I decided I can maybe go on the hack attack now, but I have to be careful now because if I move the rook from a1 maybe you can grab an a3. I played h4. So going for the goal hack attack, but I don't think it's sound because f4 is very weak. Maybe I should play queen e3 first, then h4. h4, but we didn't come into f4 and played rook af8, which is actually a very bad move because I played knight g5 with tempo, rook f6, and now I play h5. So I'm dislodging the knight away from h7. I mean, of course he can play h6. But now actually I missed the strong move in this position. I actually spent a lot of time on this move, and the problem is he was playing these moves really quickly and I was spending loads of time, so I was getting really far behind the clock already. I should have just retreated the knight back to h3, which is what I was going to play. So then he's got to move his knight, so it comes to f4. I can't play bishop h4 because my knight is hanging. I've taken f4, then I've taken f4 and so it's an exchange sack line this. But after f3 I don't see what black's got for it. So of course, if not, he has to go back to H8, which is a horrific square. It makes me more beams than what I didn't play it. In fact, I've got bishop H4, which wins the exchange. So actually, knight H3 looks almost winning. Knight H7 is actually quite good as well. So after king takes H7, then bishop H4. Very tactical move because the bishop can't be taken because of the pin. And now this looks like it might win material after queen D6. Bishop takes F6, rook takes F6, rook takes. But this isn't too great actually, because now G4's hanging with check potentially after F4 because the rook's pinned. They can't unpin the rook either, but then we've got knight A5. I think black gets more compensation in this line. We've got C4 as a nice outpost. My king's looking very open. But them moves are both better than what I played, just H takes G6. H takes G5, and rook A1. And actually, we both missed the thing that because he's grabbed on A3, I think pretty safely. I forgot that A3 was hanging. But rook F3, rook E3, queen F6. Now black's got F5 pressure. I have to watch out for tricks on G3 and F2 as well. I played bishop D6, which actually is quite a good move. I thought it was a bad game. I looked at rook takes F3, queen takes F3. I just thought this is good for blackness. Also, please note the rather funny pawn structure on the G file. Also, queen takes 6, and then C3 is hanging, so it is not good. So I have to maybe counter attack on E6. But I think he has to play rook F6 now, so maybe it's quite good for white. But I think these weaknesses on C3 and A3 have become more crucial in the endgame. So I played bishop D6, attacking the rook and trying to break up the F-file pressure. And after rook takes C3, I had a really bad oversight in this position. I thought I couldn't play F takes C3 for some reason. I thought it was bad. I thought I had some trick on F1 or something, but really this is good for white because, well, it's like, he has to play queen takes F1, so queen takes, rook takes, king takes. The problem is now for black is his king's completely stuck in by my pawn and bishop, and bishop's completely dominating. So this is quite good for white. After queen takes C3, this is bags after rook D8. I'm actually dropping the G6 pawn. So now I'm pawn down now. But his extra pawn is double, so the game's far from over. But now I was down to less than 5 minutes. And he had about 15 left at least, maybe 20. So I have to try and reconstruct from this position. I was down to less than 5 soon anyway, because I played F4, which is just weakening around my king and undoubles his pawns. It was a dreadful move. Rook E8, and now this is where I got down to less than 5 minutes because I just couldn't think of a move. If I move my queen C5, allows his queen to come in, my pawns and bishop end up hanging. I wanted to play king G2 and try and get rook H1, but he plays queen C2 check. I actually played the best move with queen F3, just a quiet move. And then he played knight A5. And now he's coming to C4, trying to win A3. After E2, another bad move, knight C4. Queen E2. For some reason he didn't take on A3, which is completely winning, and played rook F8. But I played rook takes F8, king takes F8, got a spike checking, king E8. Then I played queen F4, thinking also I was winning, or better because I'm going to get some checks in, but he just played queen E4 check, dash all my hopes. I've got to take it, but now I was quite happy because I thought I'd double these pawns at least, but now I'm dropping A3. And then I can't think of any further from this position. Basically, I managed to win a pawn back, and I actually got my king really active, and he started messing up, and the bishop got really good. But with my flag hanging, I think I might have missed a win even. Bizarrely enough, I actually think I missed a win, or at least a draw. But with flag hanging, it ended up being where he managed to stop my last pawn. Could have sacked his knight, and his last pawn runs through and queen, so I had to resign. It's a shame though. It was quite an interesting game anyway. I just spent too much time trying to find a breakthrough. I didn't find it when it came. But I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave in the comments some thoughts. Thanks very much.